The future is a story that we tell ourselves about the present, and we all have a role in creating the future together.
This is Dr. Noah Raford. He's the chief futurist of the UAE's Dubai Future Foundation.
Truth be told, most people are scared about the future. They don't think they have a role in it.
He spent the better part of his working life bringing people together to figure out some of the world's most complex problems. This is why he's a futurist you should know.
As we all know, we're facing some real existential risks in the 21st century, and we can do something today that's going to help us take big steps towards a better future tomorrow. And it's not just enough to talk about it, we need to do it now. I mean, when I was a kid, I moved around quite a lot. My father was a doctor in the government, and we often ended up living in suburbs. But I kept thinking there's got to be a better way to build our cities. And of course, I was a huge science fiction fan, and I had a dream of building space cities one day.
Noah completed degrees at Brown University, UCL's Bartlett School of Architecture, and MIT before obtaining a senior research fellowship at London School of Economics. He then went on to serve as a member of the International Futures Forum, as well as the World Economic Forum's Global Agenda Council on Artificial Intelligence and Robotics.
And then I ended up working for Ray Kurzweil and helping him do virtual reality concerts and artificial intelligence experiments. And so when I finally had the opportunity to first work as a consultant here in Dubai, I just found such a magical blend of this enthusiasm and optimism for the future, this sense of hope, with this action-oriented, get things done approach.
While Noah was working at the Prime Minister's office in 2015, he was asked to curate a series of exhibits that envisioned a better future for the world.
So we took an experiment at the second government summit, and we built this beautiful, immersive, dreamlike journey into the future of education and healthcare in the city. You know, we were creating speculative products and services that weren't real yet, but we were using today's technology to simulate what they might be like. And it was a phenomenon. We were very lucky. It captured people's imagination, and people not only got it so rapidly, but they wanted it. The Permanent Museum of the Future that's under construction now, it will be opening in 2020. It's going to be this extraordinary center that combines this time travel-like journey into the future, but also translate them into what I like to call a protopian vision of the future. It's not utopian, but it's not dystopian. It's a proactive, positive take on what's possible if we all work together to create the world that we want to see for ourselves and for our children.
Noah's work advocating for this protopian future often sees him bridging the gap between government institutions and private companies.
Government was deeply involved in Silicon Valley for 40 years before Silicon Valley became what it is today. You see China doing this right now, investing heavily in quantum and AI and biotech. And these are the sectors which I call pre-legal, because, for example, we built the world's first and only 3D printed building. And it turns out that it's technically illegal to build a 3D printed building because there's no building codes for 3D printed cement. The challenges we face in the 21st century aren't ones for which there are answers. Nobody has a best practice around how do we govern AI. But as we transition in the 21st century, history has shown us that government has to take a leading role in stimulating the kind of long-term transformative efforts that will help us feel our way into a better future. You know, the future is not just happening in Silicon Valley, it's happening in Lagos, it's happening in Sao Paulo, it's happening all around the world. We're in this beautiful moment where a very small place like the UAE has this first-person experience of exponential change to really come together and say, guys, if we don't do it, who's gonna do it? Let's do it.